Alright, so it's time to finish up our Mojave EXP build. Got to put the receiver in it, finish running the wires, do all the programming, you know, all the fun stuff. Oh, I usually just take the whole receiver battery box unit out. Makes it a whole lot easier to put the antenna wire through, get all that set up. Should only be a couple more. Man, there's a bunch of these things. Oh, am I getting old? Oh, I forgot one. There it is. Dropped. There we go. Alright. All those little screws. Set this out of the way for now. Alright. Take our lid off. Well, didn't undo those far enough. Figures. Alright, so now we got that off. Now we're going to put a 6110 Spektrum receiver in it. Got a bunch of these laying around, so figured might as well use them up. I'm more a fan of just the regular 2-channel ones, but have these, might as well use them. Take the little set screw out. Alright, can you fish that up? And maybe we'll take the set screw out, pull it out. A little easier this way. Alright. Get our old trusty double-sided tape. So far, I've used this on a lot of different parts. Haven't had anything come apart just yet, so I'm gonna keep using it until we have an issue. Press it on there real good. Receiver's pretty big. Fills up quite a bit of the box. Take this wire, run it out through our foam all the way down to the bottom. And then we're going to put it up through where the stick goes. Get it nice and tight across the bottom. Keep that nice and tight. By the looks of it, our not exactly long enough. Just take the tip off. Run it back through. Alright, pull that guy nice and tight. Put our set screw back in. I mean, I guess if you're good enough, you can fish that through while it's still in the truck, but I find it easier just to pull the whole thing out. Get her done real fast. It's all nice and set up. You're not fighting with the antenna wire trying to loop it underneath there while it's still in the truck. Alright. So now we can put her back in. Make sure our stuff's out of the way here. Space. Alright. All of our wires. Slide this guy back in. Now there's our little dowel holes. There we go. Of course, I got the screws under here. There we go. There we go. Run a couple of these down just to hold it up. Put all these little guys back in. you're using a power tool, just run them in nice and easy. You don't want to put too much on them and strip out the plastic. And then when you get almost down, stop and we'll finish them up by hand. Alright. Now we got that set up. This particular one, the steering hole will go in the steering servo wire will go into the second port on, and you probably can't see it, but there's, since all three of these wires are black, there's an S, a positive, and a negative. You need to make sure you want to get that matched up with your receiver. This particular one, the first slot is for battery / program, second slot is steering, and the third slot will be for the ESC. So you gotta slide these wires down through the little foam. These are always a pain. The foam likes to move around and get pushed out. So far I haven't found a really good tool yet to push down on these things to get them set all the way down without nicking the wires. I've tried it before by pulling the whole foam out, putting all three in the foam and sliding it back down. That didn't work out well for me either, so I guess I'm stuck just fighting with them for now. I don't think I have anything here with a plastic tip that I can push down with. You want like a broad, flat plastic something or other. So you don't nick the wires while you're pushing it down. Come on, baby. There we go. Servo one down. Go after the ESC. Well, that one went down easy. Give her a little push. Make sure you got enough clearance on your wires so it's not touching the drive shaft. These are looped down pretty far. They're well underneath the brace. Shouldn't have any issues there. All right. So now the ESC one will have to come back. It might have to come back out if we have to change the motor direction or anything like that. And then this particular one goes into the third slot. So we'll plug that guy in there. Leave those hang out for now until we're done setting everything, programming, and all that good stuff. Now, get another little small piece of this double-sided tape. For our on-off switch here. Stick that. I think the easiest place to put it is right on the guard. With any luck, with the body on, should be able to just reach up, flip the switch. Alright. Get her a little tighter. There we go, there we go. Alright. So on-off switch is hooked up. ESC is hooked to the receiver. Servo's hooked to the receiver. We're going to leave the motor wires off for now, so we get everything programmed and all that other good stuff. So I have already made a second model on my DX5 Pro. So should be ready to bind. I have to grab a battery real fast. We don't need anything crazy for programming, so just slide this 2S in here. Alright, so we're already on. Turn that guy back off for now. Alright, take this, go into bind mode. Bind. Frame rate, we can lower that down to 5.5. Go to bind, and we'll leave that there for a second while we do this. Press and hold the button. Turn the ESC on, it's flashing. Bind. Alright, radio restarted. There we go. So now this particular receiver wants to see full throttle, full brake, full right turn, full left turn. And then now the light's off and it came back on. So now we know we're all bound up, ready to go. Let me turn that back off. I think if I got my castle book. I'm trying to remember how to do the throttle learn on this one. I want to say it was turn it on with trigger fully depressed. So on, flashing, full trigger. Full red, flashing, full reverse, flashing, center. first time we had the sticky tape mess up. I guess I should have cleaned that first. Alright. Now, I'm going to go for the gusto. Hopefully it's set right. We don't have any issues. Plug our bullets in. Yeah, mine just a little further. Wow, these things are tight. Alright, that's A. B. And C. Alright. Yep. They look good and tight. I usually run the sensor wire. Hopefully on this particular one it's long enough to reach. Looks kind of iffy. But we shall see. Run it right across the top like that. Looks like we have just enough to make it. All right. Put that on the stand. All right. Now we get to be brave and turn it on, see what happens. Oh, there's our receiver. Come on. At some point in time today. Oh, the light just went off on the receiver for some reason. It was working for a second. Maybe our bind didn't take. I'll turn it back on. And try it again. Still got flashing red. I don't remember. I want to say this ESC is good for 2S, but that's the only thing I plugged into it. Yeah, 2S to 6S. So I just have a little small 2S battery in it for now, just to mess around and set this thing up. But now it's not getting anything from the receiver. Well, apparently that was my fail. I plugged it in backwards, so who knows, I might have fried it. Quite possibly. So our motor's running in reverse, but apparently I had that plugged in backwards, so we're going to try the programming thing again, just for safety's sake. So power on. I want to say it was full trigger. All right. Green light. Full reverse. full neutral. Alright, so now we should be set up with everything. So now we have to go into the ESC and we can also put our servo horn on real fast. And from the last video, we had to change it out from the Spektrum one to the old school one. And apparently the newer EXB models are coming with the Spektrum one, because I just got this from Gens RC, and it too came with the Spektrum one instead of the original arrma 25 tooth one. So if you're planning on running a 25 tooth servo, you might want to get your car first and see which horn it comes with, or just get another horn if you can find them. Have it ready to go, because who knows what they're going to come with these days. Alright, so we got to turn that off. Grab this. Should be able to use the programming card. Motor type, reverse type, punch control, drag brake. Let's see here. Motor timing, reverse punch, brake, drag brake, auto cutoff. Well, apparently we can't use this to reverse the rotation. So we'll have to do... Well, I should be able to just use the Castle B-Link real quick. With any luck. Let me try that. Or, yeah, just break out the laptop. Oh, always something. Always something. Alright, so ESC plugged into here. Get our cable. Alright. You can also go into the settings menu and do the punch codes, like all the flash codes, to change it like all the rest of that stuff. But I have the program for it, so I might as well just do that, and then I can look at all the rest of the settings while I'm in there. Because with that particular servo, we can run 7.4 volts to it, so might as well make sure we're good. Alright. Castle link. There we go. Yeah, got our flashing light. Yeah, Mama Monster X. Let's see here. Basic. Reverse 7.5. Okay. Brake 60. Motor. Motor direction. Reverse. There we go. Smart Sense. Timing's at 10, so we'll leave all that stuff where it is. No need. Alright, we have the latest update, so we're good on that. Alright. Motor reverse. Alright, so then we'll update the speed controller. So we should be good on that. I'll leave the laptop open just in case. That's all right. All right, should be good to go for motor rotation. The Spektrum takes forever to turn on. All right. All right, so we're good on our rotation direction. Now he's got our steering trim centered. So we pop our horn on. Beautiful. All right. Set our travel limits in the radio. Travel. Steering. I usually run it back until the noise stops. Digital servos are loud. So somewhere in that. Let's touch more out. Yeah. I think that's going to be our magic spot there. Same thing on this side. Oh. I might get more movement out of it. Almost looks like the steering's got to go just a touch to the. All right, so trim. Yeah, that's probably good enough to start with there. Go back to our travel, make sure we're right there. All right. Should be pretty good, just for initial startup. Now we get the fun part of putting it all together. I gotta find a screw for that. think those were like 1.5. So short button head. Something like this. All right, beautiful, beautiful. All right, so now we can turn you off. Turn you off. Don't need this anymore. Come on, come on. Yeah, I don't know. Switch might hold up. We'll see. If not, we'll get one of those RPM mounts or something. Figure that out. Yeah, what we really have to do is tuck our wires in. I try to fold them in there all nice and neat. Tuck them next to the receiver. I mean, you can cut them and make them shorter, but that's not my style. Most of the time they fit almost perfect right down next to the receiver. Alright, so they're all in there good. They're below the lid. Put this right back on, no problem. Screws are always a pain in the butt for me. All right. Alright, so that's it. Pretty much set up, ready to go. Tuck that down under there a little bit. So we got the Mama Monster X with the 2200 kV, and right now it has a 15.2 spur in it, or pinion, I'm sorry, with the 52 spur gear. So we'll go out and test it with that, get some speeds on it, check the temps, and go from there. Got it geared up until the motor gets hot. Like I said, for testing purposes, it's gonna be stock chassis, stock everything, no fan, just basically motor, ESC, and whatever pinion it happens to need to reach the thermal limits of the motor. So parts finally came in to fix the Creighton EXB, so that'll be next. So then we can put the Castle 1717 1650 in that one, and then compare it to the 1260. So the next the next video will be piecing the EXB back together, and then after that, as long as the weather's decent, we'll run this one and the other EXB to add some more stats to the list. See you next time.